Just gonna be not good.
Okay, no, it's working now. It's working. It's at 60%. It was at 30%. Now it's at 60.
The same
Yep. Okay,
channel.
we're in. We're in. All right, Mark. I love it when you do the countdown.
All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, citizens! You're now trapped in a nerd cage with your hosts Mark and Jay. We hope you have a smashing good time.
Yes, hello and welcome. That's right, you're trapped in Nerd Cage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for spending your Thursday evening joining on the live webcast. And I am your co-host, Jay St. G, coming to you live from Syracuse, New York, and always with me, my man, the Fiend from Louisville, Mark Withers. What's shaking, boss?
Hey, what's going on, man? Super excited to be here on this, our third, or actually our first official live stream here. I wanted to start things off right off the bat with a movie that you and I have watched over the past week. We both watched it. It's on Netflix. It's number 6 in the country today, and that movie is The Old Guard.
Yes.
I, for one, loved
Oh, hang on. You still there, bud?
Is great in it.
Yeah.
You have a fantastic cast with Chiwetel Ejiofor. Yep, I'm here. All right. Can you hear me?
A second. Yeah. Yeah, and first off, anybody who's jumping in here, I'm sorry that the event, I had to create a new event. I don't know why that the broadcast didn't go to the event. We apologize for the technical difficulty. So hopefully everyone can find their way here. Hopefully. If they're subscribed, they'll find their way here. I hope so.
Okay. I'm actually on the channel right now, and I'm not, seeing our stream. So I'm not sure if
we're definitely live, and there's someone
wrong here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm in it now. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So where were we? So we were reviewing The Old Guard. So I wanted to find out what you thought about that movie.
I loved it. Now listen, I'm a diehard Highlander fan. So to me, this felt like, I wouldn't go as far as saying it's a remake, but it's in the same vein as Highlander, and it's gonna be fun. Definitely gonna be a fun discussion doing the compare and contrast between The Old Guard and Highlander, because definitely this is definitely great for a circle chart, figuratively speaking.
Sure.
That being said, since me being a Highlander fan, I really enjoyed this movie. This was a pleasant surprise. Netflix is definitely on a roll right now. And as you just said, it's ranked number 6. Yeah, I mean, this is it's gained the most viewership for any Netflix movie in the past ever. It's catching the most views. It could very well take down Extraction.
Right. Everybody's kind of talking about this, and I definitely would have flown under my radar, without somebody kind of hipping me to it, because as we all know, Netflix does not do that great of a job of marketing their own material.
Yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, man, and it's what a lot of people don't realize is it's based off of an Image graphic novel, and like I was saying, Charlize Theron is fantastic in it.
Yes.
I loved the action. I loved the fight scenes in particular. Especially there's one scene with Charlize Theron's character Andy when she's kind of trying to explain to the newer immortal Niall what's happening to her, and Niall's trying to fight her and isn't really understanding what's going on. That fight scene in the plane is some of the best fight choreography I've seen in a long time. Some of the most realistic as well. And the only negative that I can really think of is I don't think that the villain, the Merrick character, was very well developed. I thought he was somewhat two-dimensional, and they didn't really get
kind of
enough
stereotypical
backstory.
mad scientist. Ooh, immortals. Let's study them and and I mean,
if this movie came out in the 80s, the early 90s, I'd be like, oh, this is a slam dunk. Sure. I really dug it.
I'm hoping now. There's buzz of sequel talk, obviously, but I hope in a sequel that there's like an immortal villain that's like a rival immortal villain. I think would be more fun than like a human scientist villain. And shout out to the following game. We see you. Thank you very much.
Right. Well, then it really would be like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome. Thank you for dropping in. We're kind of hoping that some people would kind of check this out. So.
Yeah. Now, again, we're just for the record, this is gonna be a non-spoiler discussion because this movie's too new. It's only a couple weeks old, and people are still discovering it. So we're not gonna go into spoiler territory. And anyone in the chat, we ask you to not do any spoilers. That being said, again, I just want to go back to the Highlander comparison. So,
sure.
The one big difference is in Highlander, it's a battle of immortals hunting each other, and there's a lot of them. This version, there's only like a select few of them, and here's the big kicker: their immortality basically has an expiration date, an unknown expiration date. So every time they die, there's a chance that they don't come back, and that adds a really cool element to this movie.
Yeah, actually, it does because and it makes it kind of makes the stakes a little higher for these characters too.
You're welcome, B.
Because if you,
everybody.
I actually can't see the chat, so.
Okay, yeah, it's she's just Betty Rage is just saying thank you for not spoiling.
Yeah. So
no, we're gonna be
super careful. Yeah, we typically don't spoil movies if we can help it. Unless it's like a movie that's been out for like years and years, and we kind of expect like if it's been on Blu-ray forever, we'll kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
But if it's like brand new or if it's still in theaters, we won't.
Okay. So
we
the
won't
unofficial Nerd Cage rule, Nerd Cage Live rule: if the movie's been out at least a year. Spoilers.
Yes. Right.
I think that's a fair
good.
rule.
Right. Actually, if it's been out, put it this way, if it's been out on like Blu-ray or streaming for, let's say, like 2 months or something where it's accessible and people can actually get to it, I think that's like also reasonable. So not that we're going to actively like spoil things, but if we kind of slip on something like that, I think that that's still reasonable because most people who are into these movies are going to probably see it by then.
Yeah. And we will also, another thing too is we will do spoiler streams, but we're gonna put spoiler in the title of the stream so people know.
Right.
For example, we'll probably do, like I said, we mentioned before, is that we'll do a boys spoiler discussion when those first 3 episodes come.
Right. Like at some point we'll probably do some spoiling. This is just a general. Right. This will be a general review. So.
Yeah. But anyway, listen, I love Charlize Theron because like she's just amazing because. Again, she's going back to action. Like, she can do action. Like, look at, like, Fury Road. Look at Atomic Blonde. And now you got this movie. And then I'll throw in Ian Flux, but that was a while ago. But it wasn't a good movie. But I'm saying she can do action. She can do comedy. The Long Shot, I really enjoyed. By the way, Long Shot's on HBO Max. If you haven't seen it, it's free on HBO Max.
And it's a great movie, too. Like, I highly recommend that movie. Like, I wasn't expecting much out of it, but it really is hilarious.
Excellent. And then and then of course she won the Oscar for Monster, and she was also nominated for Bombshell. Mark, did you see Bombshell?
No, I haven't seen that movie.
Oh man, Bombshell is good. She plays Megyn Kelly.
Is that the Fox News one?
Yes, she plays Megyn Kelly. And she like nails it. I mean, she nailed the Megyn Kelly thing. But I'm just saying that she has so much depth. I mean, she can do drama, she can do comedy, and she can kick ass too. In this movie, she's awesome. And rumor has it that the Atomic Blonde 2 is in development. So like
nice.
But yeah, like I said, I love the movie. Action packed. I love the element that immortality is not a guaranteed thing. Here's another big
right. Yeah. So getting back to what I was saying about that, because I was actually making a point. So I really think that the limited immortality thing like kind of like raises the stakes for these characters, because if you had like your traditional immortal where they know that they can't be killed, or like a situation like a Wolverine character where you can kind of count on your healing factor to kind of take care of you. In this case, it's like there's a limited, like there's actually like just a
hang on, I think we're having some feed problems.
specific number of times where you can heal, and you get stabbed. That might be the last time. So it puts you almost on the same plane as someone who's not immortal. And I thought that was a nice touch to add in there, you know, and kind of separate it from like your typical story where you have people who have similar powers, because, you know, there are plenty of those stories out there.
Yeah. Now here's a big difference between Highlander and the Old Guard. In Highlander, the Immortals cannot have children.
Right.
In this movie, if I recall, they can.
Right. Yeah, one of the characters actually did have children, right? And
yes.
one of them, I won't say too much about it.
No, but that's not. I wouldn't call that spoiler territory. I just want, like I said,
right.
Like I said, if you're a fan of Highlander, you're going to be a fan of this. I mean, I feel like Highlander's been out of the game way too long. I mean, the first movie's still good. The sequel's not so much. The first TV series was good.
Right.
But there's still a lot of people who may have not seen it or not seen the TV show. And the TV show really went into depth of like, you know, other immortals and stuff like that the movie never really touched based on, which brings me to this point too, that I think this would be great. I mean, like I said, I want to see more of these movies, but they should consider maybe doing a spin-off like series or something, because there's probably a lot more stories to be told. You know, given, I just think, you know, when
that's
you have
probably what will happen if this franchise.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely got franchise written all over it. If this movie came to theaters, I'd pay to go see it. Like, it's that good. Netflix really stepped it up. Because I just recently watched Extraction. Again, I'm not gonna put the movie down. The action was great, but the pacing was off, and I just feel like there was just a long gap that I didn't. That's why I said I don't like how it was paced. But this movie is paced perfectly.
Right. Yeah, there wasn't too much that I didn't like about this movie. I loved the pacing. I loved the general storyline, the general plot. I thought that the dialogue was actually really good. I like the development of Nile, the newest, the youngest of the Immortals, and, you know, how she's sort of discovering like what this world is and like what that's going to mean to her going forward, you know, and you know, a lot of it was just like very well considered and very well developed. But again, you know, I think that they could have taken a lot more time developing the villain. And hopefully in the next one, we'll see a little bit more development, a little bit more backstory into sort of the next foe.
Yeah, I really don't. Like I said, it's really, really hard to discuss anything about this movie without being spoiled too much. I will say this. So there are 4 main immortals in the movie. Actually, no, excuse me, 5. There's the gal that becomes immortal. She's a young gal, Marine, becomes immortal. There's Charlize Theron's character, who's the oldest. Then her best friend, who they've been together the longest. And then you have the gay couple.
Right.
But they're one of the most interesting things about this movie, because it's not so much that they're gay, it's just because they've been together so long. Their relationship's
hundreds of years.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And they have, like, I wouldn't say like if not like separation anxiety, but they've been together so long through all these journeys and all that, and they've helped each other survive countless times, and they kind of established, like, you know, that's why we are together, is because we have this deep connection, and we've done all these battles and all these, you know, moments and everything else. They're like, and they're badass too. Like, they're not like the stereotypical flamboyant. No, they can fight, and they whoop a lot of ass, and like, it's awesome. And they, like I said, they add a really cool dynamic, because it's like, Because one thing that Highlander never did is, I mean, they touch upon it on the show a little bit, but we never saw like Duncan MacLeod or Connor MacLeod with like a female immortal lover for centuries. It was never like that.
Because there could only be one.
Alone. Yeah, he didn't want to fall in love because he didn't want to see, his wife die or see their wives die. So we never really got to see that dynamic where two immortals are together for centuries. In this movie, we get that. So it's really, really cool and really intriguing.
Right, and I think that an added component to that, sort of like there's an irony in that they met in the Crusades as enemies, and they had killed each other several times, or attempted to kill each other several times before realizing that each other were immortal, and then fell in love over the course of many centuries.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, it really adds a good element to it.
From there. So I think that very well considered element there.
Yeah. Anybody? Okay, is there anybody in the chat who have seen the movie? Don't spoil none. Anyone in the chat? Come on, anybody? Don't be shy. Looks like we got a bunch of shy people today. we got 4 people in there. Yeah, I feel bad because I think the event, when I did the scheduled event, it must have confused. I'm not gonna schedule events anymore. I'm just gonna hit the live button like from here on out.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna go back and watch what the tutorial video because I don't know what could have gone wrong with our stream not lining up with the event that I had scheduled. But I'm just gonna just screw it and just go live at 8 o'clock and not schedule anything because I'm so mad. So we're sorry about anyone that's confused. But yeah, we highly recommend. This is definitely worth a watch. If you're a fan of action, if you're a Highlander fan and you just miss Highlander and you need something to hold you over to the Highlander remake, if that ever happens. Speaking of, the John Wick director has been in development for like years now. Has been developing a Highlander reboot for years now. So I would love to see that. I mean, Highlander is as great as the first movie is, as great as that Queen soundtrack is. It's time for a remake. I hate to say it, but at the same time, it's been long, and I think they can get away with it now. I'm not really for remakes.
It's been like a decade or two since even the TV show. So I would agree. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Mark, you got anything else, bud?
Just go see that. Well, not even go see that movie, but check the movie out on Netflix and let us know what you think. Let us know if you agree or disagree.
Yes.
And drop that in the comments.
Yeah, and like I said, just keep your eyes open. Okay, here we go. Fallen One Gaming says, hasn't seen yet, however, I have seen an Immortal-based series on Netflix called The Protector, if you're interested in checking that out. Okay.
Okay. That sounds cool.
I was not aware of that. Definitely not aware of that. I'll have to check that out.
Okay.
I know, and again, Mark touched base on it earlier. The Old Guard is actually based on a graphic novel. Like I said, I was not aware of that. And there's probably gonna be a lot of people like, oh my god, you didn't know there was a graphic. How you guys call yourself a nerd cage? You're a nerd cage, and you don't know that there's a graphic novel.
Right. Yeah. We're like, I say this to people all the time, like that. If you like identify as a nerd, that doesn't necessarily mean that you know about like everything in nerd culture. You might like specifically like only hone in on one or two things. Like myself personally, like I'm very much into comic books and anime and genre movies. And I know like Jay, like you're really into like kaiju and a lot of other, type of stuff that I'm not. So,
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing else on the Old Guard, so I guess we can kind of move on to our next topic here.
Right.
Again, we just want to say, before we go on to our next topic here, I just wanted to say to everybody, thank you for getting us to 75 subscribers today. 25 more, and we'll hit our first milestone, so please spread the word. We really want to get out there. So yeah, like I said, we appreciate the support. We appreciate everybody coming in. We appreciate all the views. I hope y'all love the new the X-Men episode we just did last week. We literally just uploaded the video of the X-Men discussion of the 20th anniversary. That was definitely our best episode. It was the most fun. So absolutely check that out.
We could have doubled up on that. We could have made that like a 2 or 3 hour episode because there's so much information that, you know, so many things happened behind the scenes that we could have talked about that, you know, it was hard to even just compress all of that into 1 hour. But if you have an hour, please check that out. I worked very, very hard on that episode.
Yes, he did.
And making sure you get it up. So, you know, just check it out. Let us know what you think, you know, and, you know, if there's some information that we kind of missed, feel free to drop that in the comments as well. We're going to do a lot of other, you know, special like look backs and things like that going forward. So let us know what you want to see.
Yes, please do. I did make a list of like upcoming like 25th anniversaries and 20th anniversaries of some movies, which I don't want to reveal them yet because I want to sit down with Mark and be like, all right, here's this is coming up, this coming up. Do you want to do this episode? Do you want to do this episode? So we got a bunch of ideas in place for more look back episodes, and I cannot wait to get into them. But yeah, the X-Men was just an absolute blast. I mean, even when I'm re-listening to it, I'm like, oh my God, there's more stuff I forgot to mention. Like, there was so much, and it was an absolute blast recording. So I hope everyone, if you're an audio person and want to listen to it, or if you want to actually watch us discuss it, please, both videos, audio and video, is in on the channel now. So please check that out. We're really, really proud of it.
Right. And speaking of look backs, this week I watched like some of the Rocky movies, and you know how I am, Jay. Like I'm a big boxing fan, specifically like boxing movies. You know, I love Sylvester Stallone and almost everything. And, you know, I'm super into, like, in particular, like, Rocky 3. I just think Rocky 3 is absolutely fantastic. You know, what do you think? What's your favorite Rocky movie?
I love Rocky 3. Rocky 3 is easily one of the most entertaining ones in the series. But, man, I'm going to take you to the cage because Rocky 1 is the unquestionable best Rocky movie and possibly the best movie in American cinema history. So you know what? For the second week in a row, we're going to take it to the cage, and once again, Mark is picking a part 3 over a part 1. So it's time for Rage in the Cage. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, ladies and gents, it's time for Rage in the Cage.
Finish him.
So strap in and join the fight in the comments below. Pick a side, Team Mark or Team J. Who will it be?
Here we go. Yes! Round 2, Rage in the Cage number 2, Rocky 3 versus Rocky 1. And look at that. Now everyone's talking now. Scott Baggs.
I wish I could see it.
He's
man.
like Rocky 4 and before we get to this fight here, Fallen Gaiman's got something cool to say. He says, speaking of boxing, Tyson and Jones Jr. in September, what do you guys think? Real quick before we get into this rage, I'm going to say I will be watching that. How on earth those two got licensed to box is beyond me, but I'm definitely going to be there to watch that fight.
Hey, I'm asking no questions. We know this is an exhibition match, of course, but still going to be sick. You know, Tyson is like one of my heroes, you know what I mean, in terms of fighting. And I just think like that's going to be like a killer match, and I can't wait to watch it.
All right. So Mark, you say Rocky 3. So I'm going to let you provide your argument first. Bring it.
Oh, come on, man.
Just do it.
There's no argument to be had, man. There's no argument to be had, all right? So first of all, let me just say that, like, I do love Rocky 1. I love all the Rocky movies. I love Rocky 5 a little bit less than the others. But, I think that the entire franchise is fantastic, right? That said, Rocky 3, to me, like, it set the tone for that like archetypal like fighting type of movie, like a competitive boxing, competitive fighting movie, where everything after that for a long period of time followed that same blueprint. Like you have Best of the Best, you have Never Back Down, Kickboxer, even like one of the Ip Man movies followed that same blueprint, right? You get Rocky at his prime. You get him, we get to see a very successful Rocky, like a highly realized Rocky Balboa at the top of his game. And what happens to him when he tastes a little bit too much success? And how does that affect him?
Yeah.
How does that affect the people around him? And then you get an excellent nemesis in Lawrence Tiro, aka Mr. T, who we get introduced to for the first time as Clubber Lang. Fantastic performance there. One of his best nemesis, if not the best. Right.
So fun fact for those who don't know. Okay, listen. For those who don't know, just a fun fact here. Guess where Stallone found Mr. T?
I know this one, but go ahead.
Okay, Mr. T was a bouncer in Chicago at working at a club.
That's right.
Talk about being at the right place at the right time. And yeah, you're right, a fantastic villain. But man, I'm gonna counterpunch you, man. I'm gonna slip your jab. I'm gonna counterpunch you because you know what? Rocky 1's the unquestionable best movie ever and the best Rocky movie ever. Okay? See, listen, Rocky 3, as great as it is, it doesn't have the emotion that Rocky 1 has, okay? Rocky 1 is the original underdog story, the true underdog story. Alright? And like the love story, like everything what makes the first Rocky great has all the elements. It's got a love story. It's a sports drama. It's a martial arts movie. There's boxing. You got a great protagonist in Carl Weathers. You believed he was champion of the world. You believed it, and Rocky was a guy just working the docks, working with the mob, playing, fighting in the clubs and everything. We get to see a man like a poor man who fought for what, like $40 in the beginning of the movie to get a shot at the title. Okay, there's so much that was built up. It was a huge build up, and there's a reason why it won the Oscar for Best Picture. It's a perfect movie. Again, Rocky 3 is entertaining, but it doesn't have the emotion. It doesn't have the story. It doesn't have the drama. It just doesn't have any of those elements that the first Rocky has.
I'm going to disagree. I think that, you probably forget about the drama surrounding Mickey's death and how he felt having to go into a fight knowing that
hang on.
Having a severe heart attack, and that after that fight is over, not only did he lose, but he now has to go back and he discovers that the person who got him there is no longer with him, and that is an incredibly powerful scene. Also, shout out to Burt Young, who's like an unsung hero in the entire franchise as Paulie. Here's a guy who in the throes of Rocky's success feels like his friend Rocky completely forgot about him and has not like taken care of him and has this sort of, at least in the beginning of the film, has this sort of resentment for him. And the way that is sort of channeled in his actions, and then when Rocky bails him out of jail and he kind of tells him about himself, I mean, there's a ton of emotion there. There's a lot of emotional depth in this movie that gets kind of swept under the rug because of the spectacle. But if you actually sit and watch that movie, there's lots of drama in it, and it's very well written, much better written than I think a lot of people remember.
Okay. So I'm gonna bring the Paulie element to Rocky 1. Okay, so his best friend Paulie, he fixes him with, sets him up with a date with his sister. Okay,
right.
That's awesome. Okay, because they're friends, and then now that Rocky's close to his sister now, and now Paulie's almost like out of the picture, and he gets the scene, the Christmas scene where he takes the baseball bat and smashes the lamp. Okay, and he just, he loses his goddamn mind. He talks bad about his sister, and he's just like. And then finally they move in. Because of that, they move in together. Rocky and Adrian. Okay, so again, Rocky 1, I think Rocky Paulie in Rocky 1 is a much bigger influence in the first movie than the third movie.
I wouldn't say it's a bigger influence. You know, like, you know, I guess we can agree to disagree.
Because people are like, people are making their decisions. They're taking sides and like, this is fun. I love it. The chat's right there to help us debate.
Man. Well, I can't see the chat, so you're going to have to tell me what people are saying.
Okay, so I'm just going to run through the chat here. Scott Banks says Rocky 4, Team J all day. Party at Jay's for the Tyson fight. Great turkey scene. Oh, yep, the turkey scene. Betty says, ooh, I call round 1 a tie. And then I hear, here's another one, take her to the zoo, Rock. You guys are great. Thank you. This is why we love Rage in the Cage. This is why we love Rage in the Cage. Okay. So I got more punches to throw at Mark here. So, shit, give me a minute here. The final fight. Okay, I just feel like the final fight, going the full 15 rounds, was so much better than. Here's the thing, Rocky 3, they just went 3 rounds. It was 3 rounds. He took him out early. It was just 3 rounds. In the first movie, they go 15 rounds. 15.
Right. I'm with you on that. As far as like the actual boxing component, Rocky does have it. Rocky 1 does have it, right? But in terms of like a comprehensive film, like I just think that Rocky 3 is better. I mean, you've got your drama, you've got your action, you've got your funny moments, you've got, you know, his nemesis from the first 2 movies coming back and now is training him. You know,
I was waiting for that. I was so waiting for that. Okay, this is gonna be my knockout punch,
which resets.
Okay, I'm ready for the knockout punch right here. And this is gonna be I'm saying this is where I'm gonna win right here. I was waiting for you to bring Apollo Creed up. I was waiting for it. All right. Okay. First and foremost, yes, it's pretty cool seeing Apollo train Rocky, but at the same time, it's just like, well, dude, I beat you. Now you're training me, but I beat you. Okay, whatever. We're not gonna get into all that, but this is what I am gonna get into. I love Apollo better as the villain in the first 2 movies than I do as Rocky's friend and trainer in Rocky 3, and I guess in some ways Rocky 4, okay? I prefer Apollo, the bad guy, the protagonist, the champion, over the washed-up guy that's going to help him train, okay? Now this is where I'm going to win right here. This is where I'm going to win this argument. This is where I'm going to win this debate right here, right now. Okay, so Mark, everybody in the chat, and everyone who's going to watch this right now, I want you to close your eyes and visualize something for me, okay? You close your eyes, and you think of the first Rocky movie. What do you see? What's the first thing that pops up image-wise when you close your eyes? You see a man running up the stairs with his, you know, arms up in the air in the training montage, the greatness. That's what you see when you see Rocky 1. You know what I see when I close my eyes and think of Rocky 3? I see Apollo and Sylvester Stallone jumping on the beach, hugging each other. Come on, it's just the funniest thing. I'm sorry. When I close my eyes, I see the beach scene. Hold on, where did Mark go? I think I knocked him out. Hang on, we're gonna get him back. Hang on. Shoot. Bear with us, guys. Shut up and sit down. What the earth just happened? Hey, Mark, you there? Yeah, I don't know where Mark just went. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, so here's what's going to happen now. We're going to... Okay. Everyone in the chat, we're going to resume... Should I count the 10 count? I don't know. Oh goodness. Hold on. Here's what we're gonna do. I feel like that was it. That's what I wanted to get my point across. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Rocky 1 or Rocky 3? Team Mark or Team J? Or what is your favorite Rocky movie? So if your favorite Rocky movie is Rocky 1, great. If it's Rocky 3, great. And if you have a different Rocky movie that's your favorite, please let us know in the chat. We're gonna be right back. So we see where Mark went. Because we have something special to reveal to everybody. So we will be back. Just tune right back in. We're gonna be right back. So to everyone, I say thank you for coming in. Oh, hold on. I think Mark's back. Hang on. Trying to get Mark back. Oh, there you are.
All right.
Okay,
cool.
hang on.
All right,
okay,
sorry.
Okay, you're back. All right, great.
All right, awesome.
Oh, shoot. Hang on. Sorry. Hang on. My bad. Okay, yeah, okay. You're back in. I'm sorry about that. All right, Mark is back, everybody. So, I'm sorry, Mark. What was the last...
So the last thing I heard was not
count?
So
did Mark beat the
last
count?
thing...
I don't think you got up on time, Mark. I think you missed the 10 count.
Yeah, that was a sucker punch because I didn't even hear what you said. So repeat what you said because I didn't hear any of it.
Okay, so I'm just to repeat what I said just real quick. So Mark, close your eyes for me.
Okay.
When you think of Rocky 1, you see Sylvester Stallone on the stairs with his arms in the air, right?
Right.
Now when you close your eyes and see Rocky 3, I'm guessing you see two men hugging each other on the beach.
No. I can still count
That's what I see, and I bet everybody agrees. This is why Rocky 1 is better, because Rocky 1, when you think of Rocky, you think of the montage and running the stairs. Rocky 3, the hugging on the beach. You got me curious, Apollo.
So with Rocky 3, let me counter that. Okay. So with Rocky 3, I don't need to envision anything, right? All I have to do is think of a song. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Everybody knows it, and everybody can name that tune in 4 notes. So, boom. You know what I mean?
Come on, gotta fly now. Come on, man.
So we're obviously not going to agree. We're going to agree to disagree. So we actually need the people in the chat to settle this. Whose side are you on? Are you on Team Mark or Team J?
Team J all the way. Team J. Come on. Bring it. Team J. And
you're gonna have to tell me because I can't see the chat at all.
No, we just when you were gone, when you got disconnected, it was just funny because. He's like, I'm gonna start the count, and
nice.
Okay, so, and then of course we got round 2 fight, and then what about Hearts on Fire? Well, that's Rocky 4, so that's not either one of those. But I'm sorry, but listen, I will take Eye of the Tiger over Hearts on Fire any day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say this though, I love Living in America.
Oh yeah.
I listen to that. I
can't forget that either. Right.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, even if you're late to the party, even if you're not watching us live, we would love to hear what's your favorite Rocky movie, Rocky 1 or Rocky 3, or if you don't agree with either of us, what is your favorite Rocky? 4, 5, 2, Creed? We'd love to know. Let us know. I mean,
drop in the comments below.
Yes, and more importantly, ask us what else you want us to debate. Okay, this is a debate show. We're going to do these hot takes. We're going to do more of these rages on the cage. So, yeah, if anyone's got any ideas, throw them at us. What should we do for our next debate? Oh, there we go. Here we go. So, Fallen Game, it says, Eye of the Tiger wins hands down. So, you won someone there.
Thank you.
But he says Rocky 4 is his favorite.
Right. Well, Rocky 4 is great also.
Yeah,
you got Drago.
I said to you last time is that there's a lot of people that love Rocky 4 as their favorite. Like I said,
it's among my favorite Rocky movies, but 3 to me is the winner, is the clear winner.
Okay.
I mean, unless you count the Creed movies. I do like Creed 1 a whole lot.
See, Creed 1 is my second favorite Rocky movie. For me, it's Rocky 1, Creed 1, and then I'd even go Creed 2 after that, and then Rocky 3.
Right.
Scott,
I would say
montage in Rocky 4 is the best. See, like I said, there's a lot of people who disagree with both of our picks. Two of the guys in there say Rocky 4. I mean, which is great. This is what we're.
We got a lot of Rocky 4 fans.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, man, this has been fun. My God, talk about a perfect topic to lift our spirits.
Yeah, we needed this one.
Yeah,
we needed.
Oh my God, and so much boxing news happened today. We'll talk about a weird coincidence. We had this planned. We had this planned for a while that we wanted to debate Rocky on our streams here. Okay, I guess we'll take it out of the cage now. So we'll open up the let's open up the floor now. So
all right.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. But anyway, yeah, a lot of boxing stuff happened today. When we planned this for months. Our first debate on our first stream was going to be the Rocky debate. And then all of a sudden, Mike Tyson comes out and says that he's doing an exhibition against Roy Jones. And then, of course, Showtime just released their whole boxing schedule for the next 2 months.
Right on.
So it's just like, wow.
Do you have Showtime or no?
No, but I'm thinking about paying. I'm gonna buy Showtime just
it's worth it
for September, because there's a lot of matches and there's also a pay-per-view match. Jermell and Jamal Charlo are both fighting on a doubleheader pay-per-view at the end of September. I am definitely going to order that fight. Wings at Jay's. So yeah. So I'm saying, like, there's a whole lot of boxing news came out today, just in time for this Rocky debate. So like, awesome boxing's.
Yeah, we timed it perfect.
Back. So yeah, we did time this perfect. Woo! All right, so the floor is yours, people. We're gonna do. We'll do a little bit. I'm looking at the clock here. We do have a special announcement to make, but before we get to let's open up the floor. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to like throw at us, now's the time. I see a comment already. Bloodsport. Oops, wrong franchise.
Oh yeah, I love Bloodsport, man. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme, man. Shout out to him, man. Like that was like one of the movies that like helped get me serious into like martial arts.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you know, like after seeing that, like I really wanted to take Muay Thai a lot, you know, like but there were no Muay Thai schools around me. So I just like ended up doing Kempo because that was like the closest thing to me.
Yeah, and a fun fact about that, and I think you knew this, Bloodsport was the movie that inspired Mortal Kombat, because originally Mortal Kombat was going to be a Jean-Claude Van Damme fighting game. Coming off the heels of Bloodsport, and then, of course, Jean-Claude Van Damme, for whatever reason, I know why, because he was filming, what's that movie where he plays the cyborg there?
Universal Soldier.
Yes, Universal Soldier, that's why. Because of Universal Soldier, he had to commit to that movie and bailed at the last minute to do the Jean-Claude Van Damme fighting game for Midway. Hence, the birth of Mortal Kombat.
So we owe it all to JVCD or JCVD.
And Universal Soldier.
Right on.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Thoughts on that Stallone flick? Oh God, I feel like
I don't remember it. That's the one with Estelle Getty, right, from Golden Girls.
Scotty, come on, let us drop another line. What movie are you talking about? Oh my God, I feel.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. That's the name of the movie.
Do they have the following? Do they have the lineup for the Boxing Hall of Fame 2021 Canastota to New York yet? No, all the nominees for the Boxing Hall of Fame that got nominated this year are going to be combined with 2021's nominees. And then Scott Banks says yes. Replied to you, said yes. So what movie was it?
It's called Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, and it's Sylvester Stallone and Estelle Getty, who played Sophia on the Golden Girls. It was a weird comedy that came out in like the late 80s.
Really? That was so bad. Didn't do very well. I don't think I've freaking seen that. Jesus.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like, it's not.
Oh my God,
definitely
I feel like I failed my Lord and Savior Sylvester Stallone. Wait,
now you have to go and watch it. Yeah, now you have to go and watch it.
If someone knows where I can watch it, please let me know. I will definitely check that out. Jesus, I rewatched Over the Top recently. Oh my God.
I don't mind that
movie. It's great. It's great. It's great in a bad way, but it's great. I have yet to watch it, but Amazon Prime just put out the extended cut of Rambo 5.
Okay.
I was unaware.
I still haven't watched that one. I heard it was so bad that I couldn't like bring myself to
listen, I'm going to counter you with that. Rambo 5 is actually pretty good, but you could make the argument that if you took the name Rambo out of the movie, it could be just a Sylvester Stallone revenge flick. But they slapped the Rambo name on it, but it's still pretty. It's pretty good. It's basically Rambo meets Home Alone, and I think it's
what?
No, hear me out.
Rambo meets Home Alone.
So I don't want to spoil too much, but he goes on a revenge mission in Mexico, and then the guys then afterwards remember in the end of Rambo 4 where he goes back to Arizona.
Right.
Okay, so he's living in Arizona, and then after he goes on his revenge mission, the bad guys come after him at his house. So while he's waiting for them, he sets up traps, like awesome, like deadly traps, kind of like what he did in the first movie, but like deadlier.
Gotcha.
So it's actually really, I think it's really well done. It's very gory, and it's awesome. It's basically Home Alone with Stallone, but with blood and gore. And Rambo.
I'm intrigued. I'll watch it.
It's worth the watch. I'd love to hear what your thoughts on it. It's people are pretty divisive of it. I mean, I understand. No one, I thought it was pretty good. I put it middle of the pack. It's miles better than Rambo 3, but it's nowhere near good as Rambo 4 or even Rambo 2. So I would have to.
Rambo 3 was pretty bad.
Yeah, Rambo 3 is still the worst one. I think Rambo 5 is miles better than that one.
Okay. All right. Then I will definitely check that one out.
It's on Amazon Prime for free, and again, there's an extended version too, and I'm curious to check that out.
Cool.
I'm still Expendables fanboy. I'm sucker for those crossovers. Yeah, Expendables is really good. I hope Stallone's been talking about doing Expendables 4, but I think there's other projects. Demolition Man 2 is in the works. It shows a few other movies.
Yes.
So I think I don't know if Expendables will happen or if it does. I thought the third one was pretty good. I think it's a pretty good trilogy, all things considering. First one's still my favorite, though. But that might be another debate. But the first one's still my favorite. But they're all three of them are good.
I like all three of them. Whichever one has Mel Gibson in it is the one that I like the least because I despise Mel Gibson. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's Mel Gibson. And then the second one's Jean-Claude Van Damme as the villain. It's pretty, and Scott Adkins.
And he's good. Yeah, he was surprisingly good in that one. I've always looked at him as like kind of like all flash, no smash. Like he's like great as far as like his abilities, like his martial arts. But he's always been kind of a terrible actor. But I thought he was like a really good villain in that Expendables movie. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, Demolition Man 2, can't wait for the cameo for the seashells. Yep, same here. I'm wondering, they gotta say something about that. Either some kind of joke.
They have to explain it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And again, as bizarre as it sounds, I hope they find a way to bring back Wesley Snipes. Whether if they clone him or something.
I
would love to see them clone Wesley Snipes. I just feel that without Wesley Snipes, I mean, it could still be good, but I just think they need to find a way to bring back Wesley Snipes. Hope I didn't spoil Demolition Man, but again, it's a movie that's like 30 years old, so.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And I'd like to see Sandra Bullock come back.
Sure.
Yeah, I would like to see the whole cast, the three main characters. I like to see the three mains come back for Demolition Man 2.
Yeah, that would be a fun movie to watch.
Absolutely. Okay, open floor. Come on, guys, throw something at us, anything. He isn't a vampire, is he?
Blade reference.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one movie that I would love to get one more Wesley Snipes Blade movie.
Yeah, I know. Same here.
Like, you know what I mean? I know Mahershala is doing it. Like he's going to be Blade going forward. And Mahershala Ali is one of my favorite actors. Like he's like in my top 10. But like, when I think of Blade, I think of Wesley Snipes. And I think that I dislike the third movie so much that I feel like they really need to like make it up to us with like just one more.
Hey, Ryan Baker, welcome to the chat. Ryan Baker finally popped in. Listen, I acknowledge that Blade 3 is bad, but I'm going to defend it.
Sure.
Considering the mess behind the scenes, all the mess behind the scenes, it's amazing they were able to turn out a product. And to be And there's some good elements there. I mean, I loved the ending. I thought the special effects were amazing. The makeup was top notch. Honestly, compared to the other movies, the makeup and the special effects were better.
Right.
And that was my first Ryan Reynolds movie. Like, that was my first time seeing Ryan Reynolds. I didn't see Van Wilder at the time. So, like,
oh, wow.
So I got a good laugh out of it. Ryan Reynolds was pretty funny in that movie. Again, as bad as Blade 3 was, if you know anything about the mess behind the scenes, it's amazing they turned out the product. There's an interview with Patton Oswalt, the comedian, because he was in the third Blade movie, and he just goes on he spills all the beans of all the stuff that happened between Wesley Snipes and David Ayer, who directed the movie at the time. Keep him off the director's seat. Keep him in the writing chair. He's a phenomenal movie screenwriter, but keep him off the director's chair. But anyway, he talked about all the stories about how Wesley Snipes refused to come out of his trailer, wrote sticky notes, signed Blade. He mouthed off to Jessica Biel, and like it was disastrous. It was disastrous behind the scenes, and like I said, it's amazing they turned out a good product. And then, of course, not long after that, he was arrested and went to prison for tax evasion.
Right.
And you know what? I would love to see, as you said, I would love to see Blade come back. There was a rumor. It's not going to happen now, but I guess Wesley Snipes did have a meeting with Disney about coming back as Blade in the MCU to train his daughter, who was going to be.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that.
Yeah, that would have been a good movie to see. But Disney doesn't have the rights to. Well, I guess they do. They do have the rights to.
Mahershala Ali is going to.
Mahershala is playing them. Yeah. For some reason I was thinking that New Line or Sony still had them, but yeah, it's Marvel
everybody
now,
agrees with us.
Yeah,
everybody agrees with us. Everyone says that we would love to see another Blade. Everyone acknowledges Blade 3 was bad, but they would love to see a fourth Blade movie. So
yeah, I mean, for me, I would love it if they kind of just retconned Blade 3 and then just kind of took over from where Blade 2 left off.
I can live with that. I don't know how that would go with the general audience. It might confuse people, but I'd be good with that.
Right. It's been done before, right? Like, if you look at what's the movies?
Highlander.
Terminator, Superman Returns.
Highlander.
Like that completely blows out everything after Superman 2. Yeah. So, I mean, they could completely just do a redo and just say, hey, this is what happened like years after Blade 2 or whatever. Yeah. I personally, I want to still see, a lot of people may not have seen the deleted scenes in Blade 1, but in Blade 1, there's a vampire that's like off in the distance, like Blade and I forget what the female character's name is, but they're on top of a roof and they're just like talking.
Karen.
And then Karen. And then they see like this vampire like off in the distance, and they sort of give you
it was Morpheus.
They sort of give you the idea that it's Morbius. And, I still want to see a Blade versus Morbius film. Maybe we'll see that with, Mahershala. Like if Disney makes a deal with Sony down the line, to do something like that. But yeah, like I kind of feel cheated still after seeing that scene.
Shout out to Ryan Baker. Disney's ruining movies. They should start making original content again and stop ruining pre-existing iconic shows and movies. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can agree to that. I'm just tired of. Well, I'm not a Star Wars person, but these live action like remakes. Now I'm not talking about like Mulan, but like all the other ones, like Jungle Book, Lion King. Yeah, I can agree to that.
Yeah.
No, I was just back on the Blade thing. I always see. Here's the thing. I don't really. With the Morpheus movie with Jared Leto coming out, I would much rather see Mahershala Ali, his version of Blade, face off against Morbius. That's what I'd like to see. I mean, I don't know if they plan on like Sony and Disney going to work out another deal or not, but I just feel like I would love to see Blade versus Morbius because we haven't gotten that. And I don't know. Do you remember the X-Men? Not X-Men. The Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s.
Yeah.
There was an episode where Blade and Morbius square off.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Spider-Man was fighting Blade because he didn't want him to kill Morbius because that was his friend.
Right.
And, well, the human version of Morbius, anyway, was his friend.
Yeah, Michael Morbius.
Yeah, Michael Morbius. Yeah, so, like, yeah, I would love to see a Morbius. If they cross over Blade and Morbius in the future, that would be dope. I mean, again, I would like to see Wesley Snipes come back, but if Mahershala Ali's got the role now, that'd be great to see.
Yeah, I mean, at any capacity, I'm here for it.
All right. Anything else, guys? I'm just looking at the clock here. You know, we're gonna try to keep it around an hour. We got a little bit of time left, but we do have something special to share. So, do you guys got anything else before we reveal our big special announcement? Anything? Bueller?
Going once, going twice.
All right. I guess so. Mark, should we show him? Should we show him? Can we show him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit him with it.
So listen, everybody. Thank you for the lucky ones that stayed on to watch the stream. Thank you. Mark and I, long before the show even started, we were working hard and now we're getting the show up and running. But we want to have special guests on the show, and there was one that we were zooming in on, and after weeks and weeks of going back and forth and finally locking down this particular person, we finally did, and we're happy to announce it here exclusively right here, right now. So Mark, I'm just gonna roll the video right now on what this special guest. Here we go, everybody. Exclusive, here we go. Yes, we did. I'm so goddamn excited. This is a childhood dream come true for me, and we get to share it with everybody.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it, too.
I hope you guys are just excited as we are. That is right. Master Daniel Pesina. He is one of the co-founders of Mortal Kombat. Yes! Oh, shit. Yup, look at that. Scotty Baddick. I knew it. I couldn't tell you, man. I want you to just come in the stream and watch it. Yes. So Thursday, August 20th, 8 p.m. live. Daniel Pesina is going to be guesting on the show, and he's going to take all your questions. We're going to do a live discussion with Danny Pesina, and we're going to talk about Mortal Kombat, the making of the game. Now, Mark, I want you to share something with everybody and how you know what your connection to Pesina.
Okay, so when I was living in Chicago, I decided just to try to find a martial arts school, and I lived in a neighborhood where there was one, a school called Chicago Wushuguan, and the Sifu in that school happened to be Daniel Pesina, which at the time I had no idea who that was. I'm not a gamer. I don't really know that much about Mortal Kombat, or at least I didn't at the time. And I wound up studying, at his school for close to a year before I found out that this is Johnny Cage. This is Scorpion. This is Sub-Zero.
Yes.
He had lots of good stories. He and his brother Carlos,
who portrayed
the two of them
still
together.
Works for NetherRealm, by the way.
Right. So
Danny hasn't been involved with NetherRealm and Midway for years, but he was there when they started, and they started because of him. He crafted a lot. There's a lot of things that people don't like. A lot of people don't know. Danny Pesina was pivotal in creating Mortal Kombat, and not only portraying the characters, but setting everything up, bringing other martial artists in. I cannot wait. I have so many questions for him. I was lucky enough to meet him once at a convention, but I never really got to sit down with him. Now I finally get to sit down with him, and again, it's going to be live. This is not going to be recorded. It's going to be live. So everyone has a golden opportunity to ask him questions live about the making of Mortal Kombat, and of course, martial arts. He is an extremely talented martial artist, one of the best, and he's been involved in movies. If I'm not mistaken, he was in the Ninja Turtles movie. I think he did meet Jack. I think he worked with Jackie Chan briefly once. So I'm just saying, so everyone's got a golden opportunity to ask him questions, not only about Mortal Kombat, but martial arts. Maybe ask him questions about Mark's martial arts skills. Like, this is gonna be a blast. I cannot wait. So
yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Of the golden era of Mortal Kombat, the early Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and the 90s Mortal Kombat. This is going to be a special treat. August 20th couldn't be in a better time because we're going to be, it's coinciding with the 25th anniversary of the movie, along with the 20th anniversary of the original arcade release. This is going to be exciting. My mind's blown right now. we've been wanting to tell everybody, but we couldn't. We were trying to lock down a date and time, and we did. And we wanted to reveal it today on our first stream that, yes, Master Daniel Pesina, the original Johnny Cage, the original Scorpion, the original Reptile, the original Sub-Zero, the original Noom Sabot, the original Smoke, is going to be here live, only here on Nerd Cage Live. That's right.
Don't miss it.
Yes, please do not miss it. This is going to be, again, golden opportunity for everybody. So, yes. So, yeah, Follow On Game is going to have he's going to have his questions for him. I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
I hope everybody will have their questions ready. I'm going to have my questions ready. You know, we're expecting the crowd. You know, we're going to try to field the questions best we can. I'm just so looking forward to this, man. I'm really, really looking forward to this. This is going to be huge. I mean, oh my God, like, I got all the questions, man. And Mark, how do you feel about reconnecting with him finally?
I'm pretty excited about it, man. It's been, like probably 15 years since I talked to him last. Yeah, so, you know, we've sort of, you know, connected through like Facebook Messenger, but I mean, I haven't seen him face to face since I lived in Chicago. Mm-hmm. And even, you know, even more acutely, like, you know, within the years that I lived in Chicago, because his school was on the north side and I had moved to the south side, and it was sort of difficult for me to continue training. And so I lost touch with him. So it's going to be a good reunion, and hopefully he remembers me because it's been that long.
He does. I forwarded you all the emails. He watched the show. He remembers you. He's like, and he just says you were a lot younger then.
I was a lot younger and a lot prettier. That's true.
Oh man, this is gonna be exciting. Like, oh my God, like this is gonna be too cool. Hold on, I got one thing to show everybody. Hang on. Yeah, that was my autograph that when I met him, so that's pretty damn rad. Like, this is exciting, you know. So I can't believe that the original Johnny Cage is gonna be on this damn show. It's gonna be so freaking cool. Oh, Ryan Baker's got a question for you, bud. He says, how long were you a student of his?
So I was a student of his for a little over a year, and I studied specifically, there were different disciplines in that school. And so I studied traditional wushu, and in addition to that, Tai Chi and some Baguazhang. And I focused more, like mostly on Tai Chi, like the Chen style of Tai Chi. And, you know, learned a lot from him in that time. You know, I was going every day and, you know, literally, you know, living there as much as I could. And so there are forms today, like the compulsory forms, that I still remember and I still practice on my own. So, you know, hopefully he won't call me out on them or anything like that. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked to talk to him.
Yeah. So everybody, Daniel Pesina does have a Twitter and a Facebook and a YouTube. Definitely follow him because he's always doing like katas and demonstrations. They are an absolute field day to watch. His sword work and his what do you call it? Not spear, but oh my God, I feel like an idiot now. But you know, watching his spear work and his rope and everything, like all his nunchucks, like. Dude, he does some really, really cool things on his Twitter and on his Facebook.
Steel whip, broadsword.
Yeah, it's amazing watching him do his thing. It's gonna be absolutely awesome. Like I said, follow him on Twitter and Facebook, and YouTube. Well, I don't really think he posts YouTube much, but on Facebook and Twitter, he's on there all the time. And another thing too is he's a Godzilla fan, so I'm looking forward to discussing Godzilla with him as well. He's an avid collector of kaiju statues, so. I'm really looking forward to connecting with them, and you know, I can't wait. Golden opportunity for everybody to ask him questions about the early days of Mortal Kombat. It's gonna be freaking awesome. Like this is a blessing. Mark, I couldn't have done this without you, man. It's for real. So this is an absolute blessing and a childhood dream come true for me, and I'm sure it's gonna be exciting for everybody else too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fantastic show. So, if you all are interested and you know people who are also fans of Mortal Kombat, let them know that he's gonna be here and have him join the chat with us.
Yeah, absolutely. So let everybody know. So mark your calendars. Thursday, August 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Danny Pasina is going to be right here on Nerd Cage Live, right where we're standing right now on this shared broadcast. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, so we're getting past the 9 o'clock hour, so I think we're probably going to call the night. I hope everybody's excited. I hope everybody enjoyed this live show and our Rocky debate. And, I hope everybody gets a chance to check out The Old Guard on Netflix. Highly recommended. Mark, got anything to add to that?
No, you pretty much said it all, man. Like, Old Guard is great film. Definitely watch that and read the graphic novel if you get a chance.
Yes. Again, just so before we go, we ask you to pretty please like, comment, ring that bell, spread this shit like syphilis. Remember, mark your calendars, Thursday, August 20th at 8 p.m. Danny Pasina, Johnny Cage, OG. So to you I say, from Louisville to Syracuse and to all of our friends and fans around the world at Nerd Cage Live, enjoy life, stay safe, and good night. Finish him!
You're not up.
Ooh, trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about Nerd Cage Live!
Good night, everybody. Thank you.